So, Mr. Tapley, could you tell us a little bit about your high school football playing days?
In high school, I played for Midfield High School, my home high school. I was the quarterback. I was Mr. Football of Massachusetts for Division One. My junior year, I was my first year starting. I got through for about 3,000 yards, like 22 touchdowns. I ran for like about 8. I also played middle linebacker my junior year. I made like 58 tackles. I was actually defensive captain and offensive captain. Um, and then my senior year is when we were really good, and I was at my peak of my career. I think I threw for like 38 touchdowns, rushed for 1,000 yards, threw for 4,000 yards, set the Massachusetts state record.
Could you tell us a little bit about the colleges that were recruiting you?
Yeah, I was recruited by pretty much every major school in the SEC. University of South Carolina, Ole Miss, Georgia sent me a letter, Alabama, Southern California, Michigan. I don't think I got a letter from Ohio State. But I was pretty much recruited by every single major D1 program. However, I'm big into philanthropy, and I really didn't want my football career to get in the way of my philanthropy. So I didn't really end up playing college football for that reason.
Tell us a little bit about how your team did in the playoffs.
Yeah, most of my team was horrible. I actually hated most of my teammates. I was pretty much the entire team. I pretty much carried us throughout the regular season, undefeated, of course. Carried us throughout the playoff. I think threw 5 touchdowns in like 3 playoff games. Ran for a couple more. Pretty much just dominated the scene. Ended up tearing my ACL last game of the season, but it didn't matter because team is everything to me. So I'm really hurting for this last playoff game, and or the championship game. And so I go out there. It's like 14-10 after first half. I got a couple touchdowns. My teammates really aren't doing anything for me. And first play of the third quarter, I'm rolling out of the pocket, right? And this guy comes and tackles me, and I hit my right elbow into the dirt real hard. And I'm like, my elbow feels kind of funny. I just look down, my right elbow bone is sticking out of my elbow. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But it didn't matter. I just popped the Tylenol. Was like, I got to do it for the team. Went out there, threw for 2 more touchdowns. We ended up winning 28-14, I believe it was. I was king of the day. I was in the Boston Globe front page. I really don't think I would have been the player I was there in high school. It wasn't for my 8 girlfriends. Every last one of them meant something to me that drove me when I had that bone splintered out my elbow.
The man, the myth, the legend, Samuel Tapley, number 11, starting quarterback.